What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Who Watches This podcast Afterwatch party.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the we're gonna be talking about Widow's Bay episode 2 this week.
I'm loving the show.
Have you already watched the whole thing?
I have not. I've been trying to because I like when you go episodes, all of a sudden I'll start blurring them all together.
Yeah.
And so I'm like one episode at a time.
I know. That's what I did this week too. I watched this episode twice. And I probably want to go for like a third time just so I could really have it stick in my head. But but yeah, no, I mean, hey, let's get into our little sections of we'll just go right into it. So I mean, yeah, we opened up we open up with Tom talking to his assistant, super hyped up about everything, right? He's like, the New York Times writer went back to New York and he published, he's like, hey, Widow's Bay, the new Martha's Vineyard.
Right, which was better than they were hoping for.
Exactly. And thankfully he didn't say he didn't say F Cape Cod. But it seems for a mayor of a very small island, he's you can't be mad at him for trying to drum up more business for the economy.
Right.
But you're still everything from the last episode is still lingering in your mind. And even before he can have time to celebrate this situation, they drive by the local inn where Wick is frantically trying to board this place up.
Yep. He's like, nope, can't have tourists come here.
Yeah, and it gets pretty bad. The guy who bought the inn is presumably he bought it after the New York Times gave the great review, is trying to fight off Wick.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he gets hurt.
Whether he bought it or he just got put in charge of it.
Because he says he sunk a lot of money into it.
Okay.
So I presume he bought it, right? But he ends up fighting Wick off, and then Wick ends up falling down the stairs. We're like, ooh, then that's not good for old people.
Right. Yeah. There's a bump on the head, no broken hip.
Yeah. And Tom is he's kind of mad at him. He's yelling at him. Does he call him a hick?
He does.
Yeah, which, man, you're already having a hard time being the mayor and being an outsider.
Right. And but there's enough commotion that a little crowd of people have showed up and they're all kind of on his side because they see Wick being a crazy person.
Yeah.
But then once he calls Wick a hick, a dumb hick, everybody's like, we don't want Woods. Outsider.
Hey, Tom, you can't talk like that. It's dude, it's like a slur.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so when he ends up going to the salty whale or whatever, picking up food for him and his son, everyone's kind of looking at him like, man, freaking a-hole. And before he can make it out of there, one of the guys was all like, dumb hick, huh? And they're like, Tom tries to justify himself, and he's just like, listen, man, I'm just trying to drum up business for the island, so everyone can have a little bit of a better life and all that stuff. And they're like, well, Wick might be crazy, but he's not wrong. He's like, well, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, what about the captain who hung himself? Or what about
right?
This?
And then they kind of go through a whole line of stories of
from the early 40s or something. He's like, yeah, what about the clown killer? He's like, there's a guy that killed clowns. They're like, no, he dressed up like a clown and killed people. Duh. Yeah, and so they're like, all right, well, hey, if you're so like for this, why don't you go stay there in the captain's suite?
Yeah.
Tom was like, well, I don't know. He's like, no, 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 come on, man.
And they're like, "Buck, buck, 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 buck."
Yeah, and then that's like when they start to give him a list of things to do. It's like, well, you got to go into the dummy waiter because somebody died there, and then you have to go into the crawl space because somebody died there. You just prove it. Come on, man. Like it's nothing, right? And he's like, all right, you know what? Fine, I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't want to hear it after I do it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Once I do this and check off everything on the list,
Yep.
nothing else from you guys.
They're like, okay. But as he tries to leave, one of the guys is like, hey man, don't do it. And so like that's like the one serious like harbinger warning, right? But he gets home.
and when he's already like he's already like the first episode, he convinces himself that none of this stuff is real, and then just like one person put like that little seed of doubt, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, maybe.
But it really fits his character, right?
Yeah.
Because then like when that happened and he has like those seeds of doubt, it always reminds me of when Wick said, like, you never ding dong ditched me, you big faker.
Right. Coward.
Yeah. And so like, he gets home, he's eating like what is he eating? Burgers with his son. He's like, yeah, I what's it called, gotta stay at the inn. A lot of tourists coming. His son is like super excited.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I get to stay by myself.
Well, no, he was like excited about the tourists because new people.
Oh yes, and that, and
yeah,
that,
and like I always get it, right? It's like so funny because people are always like they live in a big city, and then so like all they want to do is move to a small city. And they settle down there, have kids there, and then now all their kids are like, I want to get out of this small city and I want to live in the big city.
Yep.
And that's kind of what it is. But he's like, hey, Evan, you're gonna stay with Ruth. He's like, what? No, I don't want to stay with her. She's like ancient. Which probably means like 60. He's like, well, you're gonna stay with her, or else you're gonna, stay with somewhere else, or like I forgot where he's like. But he gets to the inn, and he's talking to like the innkeeper, and he's like, here's a camcorder. Everybody wanted you to film it because they want you to. Yeah,
you would have filmed the list.
Yeah. And he walks him up to the captain's suite, and he just stays outside of it. It's very Samuel L. Jackson 1408.
Yeah.
And he's like, what, you're not gonna bring in my luggage? And he just like kicks it in there. He's like, hey, I'll see hey, if you need anything, I'll be at home. And he's like, you don't live here? And he's like, no, absolutely not.
He's like, what if a tourist needs something in the middle of the night? Then they can call me at home. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like Tom's he starts his thing here. I mean, like there's like cameras all over the place, and like Tom talks to him. He's like, "What about what's it called? Like integrity?" He's like, "Yeah, a lot of people have that. They don't use that though. They have integrity."
Well, right, because the bar, it's an honor bar. You want a drink? Yeah, of course. Just write down so we could charge you.
Yeah,
but we have a camera just in case.
Yeah. They have it. They're not going to use it though. But yeah, so like Tom kind of like, he goes, he's like kind of doing some of the list little by little, goes to the honor bar, drinks a little bit, but he hears from his speaker, write it on the list. He's like, oh, okay.
And after each, he's very nervous the first couple things he checks off, but after he checks off a couple enough, like doesn't see any ghosts, nothing.
Until he
happens, he's like getting more confident. He's just like, okay, we're gonna do that. Check. Let's gonna do this. Check.
Until he gets to the basement to go into the crawl space, he's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Which I mean, hey, to be fair, I wouldn't want to do that even if it wasn't haunted.
Right.
What if there's like a raccoon down there or something?
I was just thinking spiders, but yeah, a raccoon, that too.
Anything could be down there. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'll check it from the outside, but I'm not gonna crawl in. Oh my gosh! Like every time Die Hard, every time he goes into the vents, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going into a vent. Like, what if I get trapped? Super
Right.
claustrophobic. But when he gets back to his room, he's kind of trying to hype himself up. He turns on the TV. We see like this like commercial for Widow's Bay, and I don't know if it's like the previous mayor or not, but he's like, "Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Widow's Bay. Come follow me." And then like the camera stays stationary as he like walks off screen in the distance.
Right. Yeah. And it's not, he doesn't just walk off to the side. He walks like around the edge of the bay
Yeah.
and then just behind some
Leaves.
bushes. Yeah.
And like Tom is like, he's watching the TV, but like nothing is happening. So you're like, what the heck is going on? And then all of a sudden he hears something outside and he's like, what the hell is that? It's all dark. And then all of a sudden this like accountant pops up. It's like, whoa, who the hell are you? He's like, I'm staying in this room. He's like, what the, where are you from? He's like, oh, you know, actually I came off island. I'm here to do an audit or something like that.
Well, yeah, because he was going to do an inspection because they were expanding the bridge.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, oh yeah, I got to be down here to do some inspections when they're to make sure everything like engineering wise
is okay. And so, you know, they're downstairs and like, you know, they're drinking, they're you know, they're kind of bonding because Tom is like probably just so relieved that somebody else is here. And he's
right. And then they kind of like, he kind of goes back in his room and earlier there's the lighthouse and the lighthouse kept shining the light like every time it spins into the room. So he had closed the curtains. And then when he goes back in, the curtains are open. And that's when he kind of like,
let me get out of here.
Let me get out of here. And that's when the two of them kind of go downstairs and
bond a little bit. They even start playing like, they play like a board game.
The most unusual games is like the game of teeth. And he opens it up and it's just like a pair of pliers.
Yeah. I was like, what? There was like another game in there and it was just like one item too.
Yeah. Yeah. And so they're playing
Daddy's Home.
Daddy's Home. Yeah.
And, you know, it seems like, you know, they're kind of like having a good moment. You know, they're bonding. Tom is finally able to kind of relax himself. But then, like the inspection guy, he's like, hey, so, I'm going to probably hit the hay. You should probably go downstairs and finish that list. So, you know, oh, wait, no, he has like this. Tom has this moment where he's kind of like venting to this guy. And he's like talking about the townspeople. He's like, you know, like, I don't know why I said hick, but like it just came to mind and I said it. And then like this inspection guy has like this super dark moment. He's just like, hey, you dumb freaking hicks, you know, you just shut their mouth, stupid. And then like Tom gets like super uncomfortable and he's like, but you know, I'm just joking, man.
He's like, oh, it's probably just the too much to drink.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, sure. Okay. He's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna hit the hay. You should probably just go finish that list so like the townspeople can stop complaining, you know? He's like,
yep.
Oh, so he gets down there and he's like kind of shaking off all the nerves. He's like, okay, I can do this. Okay. Whew. And so he starts crawling in there. And then all of a sudden he hears somebody at the entrance of the what did I call it again?
Just the crawl space.
Oh, the crawl space, yeah. And he's like, "What the heck?" And he's like, "Hey, what's up, Tom?" He's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Ed?" I think his name was Ed or something. He's like, "Doing okay?" It's like, yeah." And then he like crouches down, super creepy. He's like, and Tom was like, "Hey, man, don't come in here. It's like a tight squeeze. It's a tight space. I want to be able to get out." He's like, and then he full on like Pennywise it the clowns him, starts crawling in there, and he's like in the old school Tim Curry clown makeup. And then like Tom starts freaking out, crawls faster, ends up seeing a dead body next to him. Yeah. And before the clown can get to him, he wakes up in his bed,
Right.
freaked out. He goes like, he calls the innkeeper. For some reason, Wick is there and the sheriff is there. And like, they're like, hey, there was nobody here last night. You were the only like person occupant.
Right. Right. He's like, yeah, I locked the door because that's what the townspeople said. I had to lock the door when I left. So nobody could even got in here unless they had a key to the building.
Which again, like that's super dangerous too. Like, that's like a fire hazard, right?
Yeah.
And like Wick is super smug. He's all like, huh, it was the clown that got you, huh?
Right. He was like, who did you see last night?
The clown. And they're like going through the security footage and they see Tom just playing the board game by himself.
Right. And obviously talking to somebody that isn't there.
Yeah. And then they're like, obviously Innkeeper is super mad at Wick. He's like, shut up, dude. I'm trying to make my money back after I invested all this money in here. And they're like, oh, all right, man, why don't you go into the captain's suite then, huh? And they're like, all right, fine. And he like toe taps in there. He's like, see?
Yep. I was in. Now I'm out.
And Wick and the sheriff are like, come on, man. Go inside. We'll do 10 seconds and you'll be all right. All right? He's like, fine. Closes the door. And like the sheriff gives him a lot of grace. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right. It's a quick 10 seconds. Yeah.
It opens it and the guy was like, hey man, what the heck? I thought you said 10 seconds. And he's like, all right. He's like, well, is that enough? He's like, why don't you do it for 30 seconds? He's like, I don't know, man. I haven't eaten yet.
Can I have a snack?
And the sheriff was like, I can go, man, what do you need a snack for 30 seconds? Come on, man. And so like he goes in there and 30 seconds, man, when you're counting it, it's long. It feels long.
Yeah.
But so when they finally open it, this guy's like sitting on the bed crying. They go into the room and it's like disheveled.
Right. Yeah. The window's broken. The fan that was like on the desk is like smashed.
And I was like, I like rewound it just to be like, was it dirty like that before? And it wasn't, right?
Right.
Yeah. But you didn't hear anything move. So it was kind of crazy, like a kind of crazy situation. And I forgot how this episode ends. Does it end after that? I think it kind of just ends abruptly, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. But here, let's get into our other segment. Colby, who do you think is the best character of the episode? Kind of easy, right?
Probably the shop owner or the innkeeper.
You're like, that guy.
He doesn't have a whole lot, but he's
just trying to keep his business afloat.
Yeah.
And yeah, he had like a pretty good comedic timing and everything. So it was fun to watch him in there. I gotta give it to Tom because not a lot of people are gonna put their money where their mouth is.
Right.
He could have just told the innkeeper like, hey, just tell everybody I slept here. Let's go to your house. I'm gonna sleep at your house, and then la-di-da. Ooh, look, I spent the night, and we're okay. But he did. He spent the night.
He did all the dares.
Word is bond. He did them all. He didn't try to snake his way out of it. So I got to give him props because I'll tell you right now, I'm not doing that. First of all, I'll probably move away from this island if I'm not like an original inhabitant. It's like, hey, this place is creepy, man. Let's just go like somewhere landlocked where I could drive the freak out of here.
Right.
I don't know, man. Islands always freak me out. Like if I can't drive from danger, like, you know what I mean? Like if I can't, if it takes me less time to drive around the island than it does to get from Vegas to LA, I don't want to be there.
Right. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a claustrophobia. I guess like even if if it's a decent sized island, you're still
stuck.
Stuck.
Yeah. like is stuck in a way of like the means of getting out is extremely difficult,
Right, right.
right? But Colby, who do you have tagged as the worst?
Um, I don't know. This was tough. There was nobody who was.
Really bad, right?
Yeah.
It's the clown, Colby. It's always the clown.
It was.
You know something
But I
about
liked I liked that guy, that character of that guy till he turned into the clown.
nah, he freaked
But
me out,
uh,
man. I something
Evan was it?
yeah, or Ed. Something about like just like okay, so like if you're in a city and someone kind of just has like, you know, like a short sleeve tie, whatever, kind of looks like he might be like an accountant or whatever like that. It's like, oh, whatever. It's like, you know, because there's a lot of people around him that look like him or like in similar style of fashion. It's normal there. But when you pluck that normal and then put it into like this small port island town,
It's true. It was very kind of like a 50s
yeah,
kind of
super out of
attire.
place. And
Yeah.
like you can't really say anything, right? Because there's a lot of kids nowadays, or not even kids, but just people that go like that wear vintage clothing or whatever. But like it, you know, the situation, time and place kind of make it like a little eerie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost feels like a liminal space. You're like, there's something wrong with that guy. He's not a bad person, but there's something that is very off-putting about him. Yeah, and then freaking when he turned into the clown, it's like I'm not scared of clowns. Clowns are like whatever, but when you're like rushing at me like that in a very tight space, yeah,
And I gotta say though, for creepy like filmography,
mhm.
cinematography, what that little small lit up box that sees out of the crawl space
Yeah,
and just seeing his feet and then kind of his feet come back and he's like just standing there
yeah,
and like you said and then the crouch, but the crouch is still like in the shadow because the light is behind him,
mhm.
so it's still very silhouetted. But thumbs up
Yeah,
to the cameraman there.
yeah, like really great use of like just lighting and
Yeah.
atmospheric stuff. All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you guys for joining us for this week's episode. Hopefully, you guys are following Widow's Bay with us, so you can go ahead talk about your theory. Oh wait, do we have? Wait, there's not. It's hard to have any theories for this just because it's so mysterious.
Right. At least last week when it ended, it was the door, and you're like,
Yeah,
"What is the door?" But yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
this was just kind of like, "Oh, this apparently is a haunted house."
yeah. But yeah, go ahead in the comment section. Go ahead and talk about theories that you guys have, so we can kind of contemplate, ruminate on it, and hopefully, you know, we'll see it in time. And yeah, just watch it with us. You know, I'm still we're still trying to do this thing, and so hopefully you guys like the way it's being edited right now. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We always appreciate everybody watching us. Finally, not just hearing us anymore.
Right.
And yeah,
Our beautiful faces.
yeah, and we look forward to hearing from you guys. All right, have a good one. My name is Barry,
This is Colby.
and this is the Afterwatch.
Thanks, guys.